Hey, good day. This is Joseph Lay at the Organizational Alchemist, and I'm here with another daily grind for you. It's been a really busy one today. I've worked a lot on my new book that's coming out on the new Agile Manager. It's going to be good. It's more of a booklet. It's shorter than my last book, but it's going to be really important. And I also shared a whole bunch on LinkedIn, different resources about flipped classrooms and how that works, and helping people figure out a better way to teach and do training. Flipping the classroom significantly improves retention, both short and long term. And so that's something that I'm pretty passionate about getting people to do more of, even if I don't make money at it. Just want people to do it. And so in my last daily grind, I asked you what your morning routine was and said I would share with you mine. So here's mine. My morning routine is kind of long, but I get up early to make sure that I have time to do it all because it's important. Checking on my dog, making sure she's okay. It's an important thing to get my day off on the right foot, and I'll tell you why in just a second. So I get up in the morning, my alarm clock goes off, 5:30 or 6 o'clock in the morning, which isn't too early. And I get up, I get straight into what I call an ice shower. So it's basically turn the water completely to the cold side and jump in. This serves a couple purposes. One, it wakes you up fast. You are awake and energized, and you know what's going on. You know you're awake at that point. It also allows me to immediately accomplish addressing and overcoming a fear, right? Because I get up in the morning and I don't want to get in that shower. I don't. I hate it. I hate getting in it every morning. I get out of the bed. I have like just massive down comforters over my bed, and it's all warm, and I'm snuggled in, and I get up in the morning and I don't want to get into it. But I know what comes from it and the benefits of doing it, right? Getting awake, being more awake, having good blood flow, just waking up fast. And so I do it, even though I don't want to. And yeah, and that's a big deal. I usually take it between 2 and 3 minutes long, and by then I know that I'm cold. The point isn't to be like shivering and cold. The point is to wake up. So I don't want to take it to the point where I'm like shivering and freaking out because I'm so cold. But that's the first thing. And then I go downstairs, I make my espresso. I drink straight espressos in the morning. So I used to be like a total zombie when I would go down there, and my family would be like, oh, don't talk to Dad before he's had his coffee. But now that I've been doing these, the ice shower thing, it's not as bad as it used to be. So they can talk to me, and I can be semi-coherent. So I get my coffee. Next thing I do is I go worship. That means I grab my phone, this phone that I'm working with right now, and I'll put on some music that I like to worship to, and I will just get my heart and my head in a space where I am worshiping. After that, I sit down, and usually because I'm standing up when I do the worship thing. I will then go and have what I call quiet time, and that has several phases to it, though. The first thing I will do is some deep breathing, right? Some deep breathing exercises. I do a couple different versions. There's either the breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, and in that one I breathe in, and you breathe with your tummy, right? So fill your tummy first, so your tummy goes out and then your chest comes up. So it goes And then you breathe out. Your chest goes in first, and then your tummy. Completely emptying the lungs. And then breathe in again. Like 10, 15, 20 times doing that. I don't really have a set number of them. Maybe I should. But so this is also, it's always changing, right? I don't have a set thing. It has to be this. But in this period, for the past month or so, this is what I've been doing. So deep breathing. Another version is where I will breathe in through my mouth and out through my nose really fast, 30 times, and then take like a minute break, and then really fast 30 times, and then take a minute break. That one, it kind of hyper-oxygenates your blood. I never really hyperventilate, but it gets your blood really hyper-oxygenated, so I don't know, it feels energizing. It's a very different purpose than the centering that happens with the deep breathing. So that's it, do the deep breathing, and then I will do a couple of different things. One is gratitudes. I'll come up with 2 or 3 different things that I'm grateful for. And it's not coming up with something that I'm grateful for that day. So I do that in the evening at 9 o'clock at night. I have an alarm on my phone that goes off, and whoever I'm with has to say something, 1 or 2 things that they're grateful for. It's great fun to do. If you know me from some of the conferences where I've spoken and things, I'll be hanging out with people after the conference, and we'll do do that. My alarm will go off, and I'll go, okay, pause in the conversation. Everybody has to say something they're grateful for, and it's great. It really, it kind of deepens the conversation very rapidly, and can really change the atmosphere in a good way, in a really good way. But that's not the gratitude I do in the morning. The gratitude I do in the morning is, I got this from Tony Robbins. You visualize yourself and mentally place yourself in a time that you are most grateful for. Like one of the times when you just were so overflowing with joy and peace or hope or love. So I have a couple of favorites. One of them is I visualize myself standing at the front of First Presbyterian Church in Spokane, and my lovely wife walking down in a beautiful white dollop of meringue dress. That's what I said when she was in it. So you look like a big dollop of meringue. It's so big. But she's beautiful, and my heart just fills when I think about that moment. Another favorite is each of my children, so I can visualize each one of them, what happened when they were born, the day that they were born. Those are times of great emotional state, great gratitude. And there's other times too, but I won't share them all because we're already at 7 minutes. The next one is a visualization. So visualization is different than this, the gratitude meditation. The visualization is visualizing a future goal as already completed. So the one that just recently I did, it wasn't this morning, but yesterday morning, I was just thinking about my goals and family goals, and one of them that came to mind was my daughter graduating from college. It's not my goal, but I want to be able to provide her the opportunity to graduate from college. And whether she chooses to go all the way through or whatnot, hey, I'm open to whatever she does, because college isn't the only avenue. But I was visualizing that, right? So I'm putting myself at a football field. Mentally, I'm imagining what it's like when there's, 1,500, 2,000 people there. She's going to Rochester Institute of Technology, and can just imagine her there and graduating. She's got the black hat on. I was tearing up. It was so emotionally charged for me. And visualizing that gives me motivation to be focused and to accomplish the goals, the stuff that I know I have to do, right? All the other things that I've got to do, all the crap we have to do that we don't like doing. When you have a visualization like that and you mentally put yourself in the place of being there, right? And you're smelling the air, and you're feeling the wind on your face, and you're holding your spouse's hand as you watch your daughter graduate from college. That's a lot of motivation. It's a lot of motivation. So I'll do that. So there's breathing, gratitude, visualization, and then study and prayer. So I will read my Bible, because I'm a Christ follower. I don't necessarily use the word Christian because that phrase has a lot of baggage associated with it, though in other times in history I might have called myself a Christian. I don't know. I follow Christ. And so I'll read some of the Bible, section that I'm in, and depending on how I'm studying it, something will strike me out of it, and then I will journal on that topic. And that's my prayer. I pray by writing a lot of the time. And in that writing, I will also be praying for family and friends and people that I know that I've told them I would pray for them, right? A lot of times people say, well, I'll pray for you on that, or I'll think good thoughts for you. And they don't actually do it. So I don't want to be that person. Wow, it's a bright sunshine. I want to be the person that actually does it. So I have taken little note cards like this one, not this one, but ones like this. And I have written the names of the people, all my family, and then other people that I'm praying for. And I tried to go through them all every day, and there's just no way to do that. It takes too long. So what I'm doing right now, and I might change it another day, what I'm doing right now is I'll pray for one a day. And so I'll write the date that I'm praying for them, and then I will pray for them. And if anything comes to mind that I think of, or anything particular that I know they want prayer for, I'll write that down on the line next to the date, and that's it. So I'll do that. And then, that's about it. Then I'll journal, and I'm done. And it's time to start my day. So that is my routine. It takes me about, it takes me anywhere from an hour to hour and a half to do all of those things. But it really puts me in the right mindset for the day. This morning, I have to admit, I'm not perfect. This morning, I did most of them, but I completely spaced on doing both the gratitudes and visualization part. So they just didn't, those are kind of new in the past month, and I forgot them this morning. And I wasn't as focused today as I was the day before and the day before that. So do with that what you will. I attribute it partly to not being focused because I wasn't in the right state of mind to begin with. And I will try again. That's it for right now. I'm sure there's a whole bunch more. Oh, I wanted to share this too. So I'm trying to work with my kids and help them grow and be able to do the same kinds of things with their life. So we were working on morning routines for them. And I came up with this breakdown. I don't know if you can see it, if you can read it or not, but that's really crappy handwriting, Joseph. Maybe I'll try and copy it into the screen. But what it says is it's broken down into 3 categories: physical, mental, and spiritual. And so the physical things are things like, and these are like, I'm going to just come up with a whole bunch of things, and the kids can choose from them like they're picking off a menu, right? A multi-course menu. So physical, things like that cold shower I do, calisthenics, aerobic exercise, deep breathing, fasting, taking just a regular shower, getting up and going for a walk, walking the dog. That's perfectly good morning physical exercise, right? Get the blood flowing, get your head going. Mental, different forms of meditation, doing the gratitudes and visualizations, practicing solitude. That's a spiritual discipline where you just get away and you allow yourself to be someplace quiet, that you are alone. Now, that doesn't have to be where you're alone. It could be in the anonymity of the city, right? You can go for a walk in the city where nobody knows you, and then you can still be experiencing solitude. But so that's solitude. Silence, that's obvious, being quiet. But how often do we do it, right? Can you be quiet for 20 minutes? And I mean really quiet for 20 minutes. Maybe I'll talk about some of these later and how you do them. Reading positive stuff, right? There's all kinds of positive books out there, things that will help stimulate your mind. Chicken Soup for the Soul. I mean, come on. There's all kinds of great stuff. Journaling, writing your goals down every day, right? These are mental activities. So there's the physical stuff, getting your body warmed up. There's the mental stuff, getting your brain warmed up. And then there's spiritual stuff. And you don't have to be a follower of Christ. You can be whatever kind of faith you have. And whether that's a faith that follows a God of some sort, or even if you're not, you can still get out in the open, and that feeds your soul, right? Get out in the woods and that kinds of stuff. So I put down worship, prayer, reading sacred texts, secrecy. So there's a spiritual discipline of secrecy, and that is doing things and not getting credit for them. So that's the random acts of kindness, but not telling anyone. So you don't get glory for it. It just feeds your soul. Journaling, and other kinds of prayer, and, there's a whole bunch of different spiritual exercises. So that's it. That's what I wanted to share. I would be interested to see if any of you decide to start some kind of different morning routine where you're taking one thing from each of those categories, the physical, the mental, and the spiritual, and starting your day off fresh with those things. All right, this has been a long daily grind.